Om Namo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining today. We'd like to seek the blessings of Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Madhav, Krishna Balram, Bal Gopal, Gaunitai. Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees wants to continue with our little tour of Vrindavan. So we looked at a few temples. Radha Raman, who was founded by Sanatana Goswami, Radha Raman, who's Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Radha Vallabh, who wasn't part of the 6 Goswamis temples, but under the Vrindavan saint Hit Hari Vamsh Mahaprabhu. We also looked at Radha Damodar, Jiva Goswami, and Radha Govindji, Rupa Goswami. And today we wanted to look at Radha Shyama Sundar. So Radha Shyama Sundar, the temple is very, very close to Radha Damodar. It's literally stone's throw away from Radha Damodar, and also very close to Loi Bazaar, which is one of the most popular bazaars in Vrindavan, where we get so many things to use in the UK. So beautiful deities. This is the deities. And every day there's a new dress on them, or not a new dress, but a different dress, sometimes new. Truly amazing deities. Radha Shyam Sundar Mandir is one of the popular seven Goswami temples of Vrindavan. It is located just 2-minute walk from Radha Damodar Mandir. The deities of Shri Radha Shyam Sundar were given to Shyamananda Prabhu by Srimati Radharani herself. So this is why they are so popular and regarded as so important. So Shyamananda Prabhu is a top class Vaishnava. And there's a very nice pastime which we will just quickly go through about him. The deity of Radha Shyam Sundar here manifested from the heart of Srimati Radharani. This particular deity is not in the center, but the left side or the right side of the viewer of the main altar. The deity at the center was worshipped by Baladev Vidyabhushan. So the deity we're seeing here, that is the main deity. But on the right side, as we're looking, there's another deity which was given to Shyamananda by Srimati Radharani, and that manifested from her heart. Taking 4 parikramas here assures of one of prema bhakti. There is an underground bhajan stali, place of worship of Shyamananda Prabhu near the Vrinda Devi small temple in the courtyard. Shyamananda Prabhu, who was earlier called Krishnadas, used to serve Srila Jiva Goswami in Vrindavan Dham, and had been given the seva of fetching water from the Yamuna, as well as cleaning the premises of the groves of Vrindavan with a broom. Once after fetching the water and returning back, Krishnadas, actually his name was Dukhi Krishnadas. His spiritual master somehow gave him that name, Dukhi Krishna. So he came after fetching water from the Yamuna, and he was cleaning the groves with the remembrance of the divine couple, Shri Radha and Krishna. And this wasn't just done, it wasn't just cleaning for a day or a few days or a few weeks or a few months, he was cleaning for years. He was really dedicated to this seva. Anyway, one day, while cleaning, he found a beautiful anklet on the way. He was so much connected with that anklet that he went into deep ecstasy. He hugged the anklet to his chest and then to his forehead as if he had found a great treasure. So this is no ordinary anklet. It's like chintamani. It's like glowing, beautiful. He immediately knew there was some spiritual connection here with the divine couple. Then he saw two beautiful divine Sakhis, girls, approach him and asked him if he had found an anklet. When he affirmed, yes, I have found the anklet, the Sakhis wanted the anklet back, stating it belonged to their friend. But Dukhi Krishnadas mentioned that he will only return that anklet to the rightful owner and not to them. So he's really clever. He knew this anklet belonged to somebody very special. So the Sakhis asked Dukhi Krishna to accompany him. They took him to Radha Kund, where they asked Krishnadas to take a dip in Radha Kund. As soon as Dukhi Krishnadas took a dip, he got his Vrajaswarup of a maid servant of Radharani and realized that these two Sakhis are none other than Lalita and Vishakha Devis. Radharani that time appeared, and she was very pleased with Dukhi Krishna's devotion because his mood was amazing and he served so nicely. So they knew him. She took the anklet, manifested a deity from her heart, gave it to Krishnadas. This deity is none other than that of Radha Shyam Sundari Ji. Then Krishnadas Viraj, or rather Dukhi Krishnadas, returned back in his human form. But he remembered it all. Also, the anklet mark on his head became fixed. So Radharani put a new tilak on him, new different type of tilak, which is what that Sampradaya wear every day. And also Radharani gave him a name. Instead of being called Dukhi Krishna, he'll be known as Shyamananda. Shyam means Krishna, and Ananda, happy Krishna Das. Every time so then this anklet mark, because this was a new type of tilak, everybody would ask him, what are you doing? What's this on your forehead? And he would, every time he tried to remove it, it reappeared again. He was in transcendental ecstasy after the entire flow of events and was not speaking to anybody. But he did relate everything. When Jiva Goswami came to see him, he immediately understood and he gave the name Shyamananda to Krishnadas. Okay, Jiva Goswami. But I've heard also that Radharani also gave him that name personally. And the mark on his head became known as Shyamanandi Tilak from then on. Followers of Shyamananda Prabhu wear this tilak even today in memory of this mercy of Sri Radha. In this temple, there is a small Radha Vinod deities of Lokanath Goswami. Now, Lokanath Goswami is very important as well. He was like one of the six Goswami. He was the seventh Goswami, if you like. He was older than them. Senior to them. And very important person. Larger deities of Vijay Govinda, Baladev, Vidyabhushan, and Radha Kulananda deities of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So there's some amazing Vaishnavas who have worshipped amazing deities, which are based in this temple. The small deity of Krishna in front of Gokulananda and the deity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were worshipped by Narottam Das Thakur. Vishwanath Chakravarti arranged to have this temple built. All right. Formerly, all the deities in this temple were worshipped alone in their own temples. So they were all consolidated into this wonderful temple. So a really glorious temple, worth visiting when we go to Vrindavan. Radha Shyama Sundar. Next temple, Radha Gokulananda. Originally, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur worshipped the deity of Radha Gokulananda at Radha Kund. He then moved to Vrindavan and stayed with Lokanath Goswami. Where this temple is located is where Lokanath Goswami would do his bhajan. When the original temple of Radha Vinod fell apart, Vishwanath Chakravarti had another temple built and called it Radha Gokulananda temple. Both his deity of Golokanandan and Radha Vinod are worshipped here. So this temple, Radha Gokulananda, is very close to Radha Raman temple. Just a minute or 2 minute walk away from Radha Raman temple. There is a Govardhan Shila in this temple that was given by Lord Chaitanya to Raghunath Das Goswami. The Shila bears the thumbprint of Lord Chaitanya. He used to chant while holding the Shila, pressing it to his heart or eyes. The Shila was almost moist with Lord Chaitanya's tears. He would place it on his head or smell it. Lord Chaitanya kept his Shila for 3 years and then gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami. The Shila can be seen if you give a small donation. So the pujaris there are very helpful, very nice. And they will give you darshan, give us darshan of the Shila. Krishna Priya Thakurani, the daughter of Ganga Narayan Chakravarti, the disciple of Narottam Das, got the service of worshipping Giridhari, the Govardhan Shila of Raghunath Das Goswami. The admirers of Lokanath Goswami built a temple for Radha Vinod at the place where the deity of Radha Vinod was being worshipped. Originally, there was no deity of Radharani in this temple. Janava Devi had a deity of Radha made in Jagannath Puri and installed the deity next to Radha Vinod. The temple where Radha Vinod was installed eventually fell apart. The deities of Radha Vinod is now in this temple of Radha Gokulananda. The original deity of Radha Vinod is now worshipped in Jaipur. The deity was moved to Jaipur to protect the deity from an attack on Vrindavan by the Moguls. This temple contains the Pratibhu Murtis of the original deities, so exactly the same, non-different. It is considered that there's no difference in potency between the original deity and the Pratibhu Murti. Okay, so that's in the temple itself. Next to the temple, within the temple compound, there are many samadhis located, as I said, next to the temple, within the compound. And this is a wonderful place to visit and sit there for a little while, chant, sing Mahamantra. Very potent place because the samadhis of Lokanath Goswami, samadhi means the resting place of Lokanath Goswami, Narottam Das, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur are located in a small courtyard next to the temple. Lokanath Goswami did his bhajan in this courtyard and left his body at this place. In Narottam Das's Pushpa Samadhi are his garlands, coffins, cloth, and mala. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur entered Samadhi in 1674. He wrote the 8 prayers of Sri Guru Astakam. So this is sung every morning at 4:30. Samsarada Nalalida Loka Ganaya Karunya Ganaganatyam. Lokanath Goswami was a contemporary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, Lokanath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan. While visiting the places of Krishna's pastimes, while in the village of Umara in the forest called Chatawan, Lokanath Goswami discovered the deity of Radha Vinod. Lokanath's Samadhi is just north of the village of Umara, on the banks of Kishori Kund. The deity of Radha Vinod was revealed to him from this tank. Lokanath Goswami used to carry this deity in a bag hanging from his neck. So he would always be carrying the deity with him. Lokanath told Lord Chaitanya he did not want to take any disciples. He was very, very humble. But Chaitanya told him that he would have to take one. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would personally send him. And that was Narottam Das Thakur. When Narottam Das Thakur came to Vrindavan, he was attracted to be initiated by Lokanath Goswami. But Lokanath Goswami refused the repeated requests of Narottam to be initiated. Narottam acted as Lokanath Goswami's menial servant. Every night, Narottam cleaned and swept the bhajan kutir of Lokanath Goswami without his knowledge. He was finally pleased with Narottam Das and accepted him as his only disciple. So Lokanath Goswami was very humble, very knowledgeable, great devotee. Even his name is not mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita because he asked Krishnadas not to mention him. Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamananda Prabhu, and Srinivas Acharya by the order of Jiva Goswami. These are the three devotees who began book distribution, if you like, the original book distribution. They took the original manuscripts of the Goswamis and brought them to Bengal to be copied. These devotees preached the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wherever they went with great enthusiasm. Vishwanath Chakravarti appeared in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line about 100 years later. He wrote elaborate philosophical teachings. So this temple is it's got so much history behind it. Radha Gokulananda. Some great Vaishnavas and their deities, their worshipful deities are worshipped here. So it is a temple where also they have the samadhis of these amazing personalities. Very important temple. Banki Bihari. Banki Bihari is very famous. It's probably the most famous temple in Vrindavan. I think if anybody goes to Vrindavan, generally, especially from Delhi, they would just go to this one temple and go back to Delhi. It's so famous, so popular. And there are thousands of visitors every single day, thousands and thousands. And sometimes accidents happen as well. Yes, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and all the devotees.
Yes.
When you say Banke Bihari, is it the same Krishna or different?
Yes. Same.
It's just the different name.
Yeah.
And you said just now that if people go and visit this temple, then they won't go to any other temples.
Sometimes that is the mood that they will only come and visit the Banki Bihari temple. For them, that is the only temple in Vrindavan. But actually, there are many other temples. And,
but you just now you mentioned so many temples and
that's right.
People have taken, the Sant has taken the samadhis in the temple, which is very good, Thank you.
No, thank you so much. Yes, you're right.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
Anyway,
it is amazing. Thank you so much. And the temple is dedicated to Banki Bihari, who is believed to be the combined form of Radha and Krishna. Banki Bihari was originally worshipped at Nidhivan, which is also in Vrindavan. Later, when Banki Bihari temple was constructed around 1864, the deity of Banki Bihari was moved to the new temple. The Murti of Radha Krishna, united form, stands in the Tribhanga posture. Swami Haridas originally worshipped this deity under the name of Kunj Bihari, one who enjoys in the Kunj or the groves of Vrindavan. Banke means bent, Bihari or Vihari means enjoyer. This is how Krishna, who is bent in three places, got the name Banke Bihari. Yeah. Three bending form. Is not straightforward. According to Sri Brahma Samhita, verse 531, Brahma says the following about Krishna: I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with a moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the beautiful, with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in the signs of love, whose graceful three-bending form of Shyamananda, Shyama Sundar, is eternally met. If I'm not mistaken, this is Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundar Machintya Gana Sarupam Govindamani Purusham Tamam Bhajami. I might be wrong on that. Karuna will know better. Doesn't 539, 31 doesn't look like the right number for that. Anyway. Banki Bihari temple was established by Swami Haridas, who is also regarded to be Lalita Sakhi. In Dwapar Yug, a guru of the famous singer Tansen, once at the request of his disciple Swami Haridas, sang the following verse in Nidhivan Vrindavan. So I don't know what this is, so I won't try to sing it even. Shri Haridas, on singing this verse, the celestial couple Shyama Radha Krishna, appeared in front of him and his devotees. At the request of Srila Swamiji, the couple merged into one, and the stone image or the deity of Banki Bihari appeared there. The same image is seen in the temple. The image was established in Nidhi 1. The stone murti of Bihariji installed in Sri Banki Bihari Mandir is the one granted to Swami Haridas by the celestial couple Shyama themselves. Submitting to the desire of the devotees, the Lord appeared in person with his divine consort and left back a black charming image before disappearing. It's a bit more information. Swami Haridas was born to Sri Ashuddhir and his wife Srimati Ganga Devi on the day of Radhastami, i.e. the 8th day of the second bright fortnight of Bhadrapad, month of the year 1535 Vikrami. That's 1478 AD. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486, so very similar timeline. He was born in a small village now known as Haridaspur near Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh. The lineage of the family can be traced back to Sri Gargamuni. Sri Gargacharya was the Kul Guru, family guru of the Yadavas, and visited Braj secretly for conducting the Nam Karan Samskar name ceremony of young Krishna and Balaram on the request of Vasudev. A branch of the family migrated to Multan, now in Pakistan, but some of them returned, after a long time. Sri Ashuddin was one such migrant who, after returning from Multan, settled at the outskirts of Braj near Aligarh. Swami Haridas was the reincarnation of Lalita Sakhi, very close, like Vishaka, to the divine couple. So part of the inner consortium of Lord Krishna. This easily explains the fact that even in his childhood, he was more into meditation and scriptures, while other children of his age were busy playing. He was married at a suitable age according to the time to Harimati. Even after his marriage, young Haridas stayed away from worldly pleasures, concentrated meditation. Harimati ji, that's the wife of Haridas, Swami Haridas, was such a saintly soul herself that on realizing the inclination of her husband, she prayed intensely and was bodily transported to the heavenly abode of the Lord by entering the flame of a small lamp in the presence of Haridas. No physical remains were left behind. It's quite incredible. Soon after that, Haridas left the village for Vrindavan, which was a dense forest at that time, and chose a secluded spot, which is now known as Nidhivan, to practice his music. Now, this is the same as Lalita Sakhi, one of the principal gopis of Radha Krishna. Practice his music and enjoy the eternal bliss of meditation. He constantly and continuously meditated on the Nitya Ras and Nitya Bihar of Lord at Nitya Vrindavan. His way of sadhana was to compose and sing songs in the praise of the Lord. While on earth, living in the mortal state, he facilitated his regular, unobstructed entry in the Nitya Bihar and always enjoyed the pleasure of closeness of the Lord. So Nitya means eternal. So these are all eternal places. They're not temporary places of this world. So they're in this world, but they're still eternal. They're part of the spiritual. Just like an embassy in the country represents that country. So in the same way, these are embassies of the spiritual world. He chose a secluded and densely forested area, Kunj, in Nidhivan, as his gateway to Nirvana, and was mostly sitting there singing, meditating, and surfing in the ocean of eternal bliss. He wasn't surfing on the internet or surfing on the ocean, but he was surfing in the ocean of eternal bliss. His disciples were curious about this place, and one day, with the permission of Swamiji, they all entered the Kunj. But instead of seeing anything, they were almost blinded by bright, intense light which seemed to fill the whole world, the whole place. On knowing of their plight, Swamiji himself went there, and then after his requests, the Lord appeared in person with his divine consort, pleasantly smiling in a playful mood, casting a spell of charm on every living being present there. Those who witnessed this were so spellbound by the beauty of the Lord and his consort that they couldn't even blink their eyes. It seemed that all of them had turned into stone statues. The legend has handed down to the generation of Goswami says that the beauty of the divine couple was such that no one wanted to lose the sight and proximity of divinity. But then what kind of divinity is it which cannot make a mere mortal swoon and charmed enough to forget and give up the world and its luxuries? The beauty of the divine couple was so much that lesser mortals like you and me would not be able to bear such a heavenly beauty. Sensing this, Swami Haridas requested both of them to take a single form, as the world would not be able to bear their image. He requested to take a single form like gun or cloud, Damini, lightning, thus giving a perfect metaphor to the combined beauty of the Dark Lord and his fair consort, Radhaji. So that's why Radha Krishna combined as Banke Bihari. Also, he wanted his beloved Lord to be in front of his eyes always. Granting him both wishes, the couple turned themselves into a single black charming image, the same one that you see in the temple today. The charm and beauty of Sri Banke Bihari Ji is the only reason why darshan in the temple is never continuous, but is broken by the curtain drawn on him regularly. So every few minutes, the curtain is drawn and open, drawn, open, drawn, open. It's also said that if one stays long enough in the eyes of Shri Bankibai, the person would lose his self-consciousness. Thus came into existence the physical form of Lord Banka Bihari, popularly known as Bihariji. The responsibility of Seva of Bihariji was handed over to the Goswami Jagannath by Swamiji himself. Goswami Jagannath was one of the principal disciples and younger brothers of Swamiji. By tradition, the Seva is performed by descendants of Jagannath Goswami until today. Initially, the deity was installed in the temple close to the first appearance in Vrindavan. But new temple befitting the glory of Bihariji was constructed in 1862. And the Goswamis themselves mobilized resources for the construction. The temple is an architectural beauty in itself and follows the contemporary Rajasthani style. The Seva of the Bihariji is unique in its own way. It is performed in 3 parts every day: Shringar, Raj, Vog, and Shayan. When Shringar, which includes bathing, dressing, adornment with jewelry, like crowns and necklaces, and Raj Vog feast are offered in the noon, Shayan's Seva means sleep, is offered in the evening. The temple doesn't have a tradition of Mangal, early morning Seva. Swami Haridas did not favor Mangal Seva, as he wanted his childlike Lord to take complete rest, did not want to disturb him out of sleep samba so early in the morning. So temple today stands with its full glory inside which the Lord himself resides. It is thronged by thousands of visitors every day. Banke Bihari Lal Ki Jai. So this is good actually, because it makes us understand a little bit better of the importance of this temple and also the deities within the temple. So this is really good to know that. So any questions, any comments?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, where did you get all these from? Which
Jayanti, Jayanti, where'd you get this from? She made it up.
I didn't make it up. I just searched on the internet and found all the different things.
Oh, so what did you? I want to read it again. That's why I'm asking you.
I just typed in Banke Bihari and just.
I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. That would be great.
So it is on the Google.
Yeah,
Hello,
it's
Hare
in
Krishna.
different places.
Ah, it was very interesting. The last part Prabhuji said, sorry, Hare Krishna. You said that there is no Mangalacharan for Bhakti Bihari.
Mangalati. They don't do early.
Mangalarti.
No Mangalati. Because he
And
wanted
they will they will let the Bhakti Bihari sleep.
Yeah.
And then what? Lunch hour they wake him up?
No, I think they would do it mid-morning.
Yeah.
Give him bathing. Oh, sorry, go on, Jayanti.
Yeah, mid-morning basically, and then they'll dress him nicely, like give him a bath, dress him nicely, and then offer him a nice Raj Bhog. So it's
nice.
like a little child. That they treat him like a little child.
Bhakti Bihari.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because some of the temples they said that there is always a Mangala Aarti in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. Most
But
temples.
this one is completely different, which is very interesting.
Yes.
I would like to read it again, as Shyamvalini Mataji said.
I'll send it to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, it's
Hare
extremely
Krishna.
interesting, Prabhu and Mataji. That's why I want to read that again. And so everything you said, you will send me everything. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mr. Saha.
Prabhu is open 8 o'clock, just 8 o'clock. And
8 o'clock.
Too much, what is called? Too much crowded. Too much.
So, say that again.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, but too much people.
Too many people, yeah.
Difficulty is there.
Yes, that's right. It's a very busy temple.
And there, Prabhu, I'm telling you, there is some people in there. I don't know, maybe they're Pundit or their people. They came to us. They will bring you with the backside. We are 3 people. You have to give 500 pounds. So
Pounds.
yeah, 500 pounds. Sorry, 500
Rupees.
rupees.
Yeah.
So from the backside, he bring it the front, and then puja, and then darshan, and then come back.
But is that going up the stairs on the main altar, near the altar?
And no, altar we saw it, but not near there, but not straightway up, not bringing up. In that what is called in the middle place in there.
Okay.
Just we observe, just we we can look properly. That was fine, but
Right. No, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Last time when we were in Vrindavan, we tried to visit, go inside the temple.
Yeah.
There were so many people there, and there was a rush when the temple opens, and we were so frightened that so many people, something can happen, we can fall down, nothing. So we turned halfway. But thousands and thousands, and it doesn't have a big gate of entrance, isn't it?
Yeah. Small.
yeah, right.
That's
So
right.
we couldn't manage. But when we went with Prabhuji, long time back, near 2018, that's when we visited this temple.
Right.
Last time we couldn't visit it.
And I think they changed the system as well, so
Yes,
that
they
the
changed it.
shoes, you can't actually meet your shoes again. So we were lucky. We had one of the devotees with us, one of Trikal Prabhu's devotees, and he helped. I think it was Anand. He helped us get the shoes back, but it's really tricky. I think you don't go with shoes. And I think maybe a few months ago, a few people did die in a small stampede there.
But 2 people died, yeah.
It's amazing how many people are there, but they were just with the full faith. We were so frightened of this stampede that Arti and myself and some other gentlemen, we turned back. We left our shoes in the rickshaw, which we took good care of. Yeah. And we had to walk quite a bit of a distance to reach the temple.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right. I think now, JD, they're proposing some sort of bypass.
Yes. So Yogi is because of the stampede, he wants to make the entrance or the path from the Yamuna to the temple a lot bigger. So, and that would mean destroying a lot of houses and shops in the way. So the residents are opposing it. So I'm not sure what's happened with it at the moment.
Yeah. So interesting. So, okay, if there's nothing else,
Can I share something, Prabhu?
Yes, Karuna, please.
Yeah, so when I went, we met someone residing there, Vrindavan Vasi. So he took it. He showed us a way that we go not through the main door where everyone normally enters the temple, but we go from a backside type door, and then when we enter the temple, we are as if on the first floor, not on the ground floor.
I think that's what.
So then we are not in the crowd, because only the Vrindavan Vasis know that normally they go through that door. So then we are right in front of Bhakti Bihari. So that's very nice. It's not crowded over there.
Right. That's good. Good to know that. We'll try that this time if we get there. Thank you for sharing that.
Hare Krishna. Is it Aruna Mataji? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, you just now said that you was taken upstairs from the behind doors.
Yeah,
so is it only special people they allow, or all of them?
I've seen many other people. I don't know whether they are Vishwasis or not, but there are other people going from that. But it's a very small corridor type of place that we have to move in. So We have to know exactly where to go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But they love you.
There's no one guarding or preventing us to go there. I just have to pull my sari over my head, and then nobody will know that I am not the Vrindavasi, so we can go in.
Okay, yeah, all right. Thank you. It's nice to know, Thank you. I'm happy to listen also. I don't know when I will go. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully soon. Okay. Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai, Radha Gokul Nandan ki jai, Radha Bank Bihari ki jai.